Hello everyone, Desert Gold here. Another balmy, beautiful sunny day here in southern Arizona. So thought I'd put hopefully a quick one together here on my thoughts, or first thoughts on the initial shooting or range trip with my SBR and binary trigger system. And in all honesty, I'd have to say it was just phenomenal. I'm telling you, this is a system that works exactly like it's supposed to. They promote it as a controlled pair trigger. If you practice enough with trigger pull, you can actually get to full auto. Sometimes you might have to make some adjustments with either buffer springs, or bolt carriers, and changing weights and working with it to get a reliable full auto. But that wasn't my intention with this. My intention was to get a close quarter system that functioned reliably in a, as they say, controlled pair shooting situation. The reaction time of the trigger, if it's done properly, the movement on target is minimal. And as a example of that, I brought my target with me, and this was set up at 25 yards, and this is the grouping that you can see, if you can see it. You know, for 25 yards with a brand new system, pretty damn good. Obviously there are flyers and whatnot, but this grouping here is almost good enough to use as windage and elevation adjustment for the EOTech, but I'm pretty happy with that as a starting point for a controlled pair shooting system. Other things, getting ready today, I'm moving the red ale into the keg, and then it'll begin its journey for about another few weeks in the kegerator, and we're going to have some nice beer. What else? With respect to my initial query on what this tool was, it's interesting, you know. I have some people that I guess feel intimidated by, you know, posing queries. They make comments that I'm trying to show off and be all brainiac-like, and it's not even close to reality. I've said it many times before. My channel isn't about popularity and likes and dislikes. I have yet to make a penny on my YouTube channel, nor will I ever, probably, nor do I care. My intent in asking questions is to teach. If I know something and I feel that somebody could gain something from that knowledge, then I'm going to go about passing it out. Same thing on my Facebook. I do the same thing with queries. And people in that arena don't feel quite as intimidated as apparently this arena. In fact, a lot of my queries, with or without Google searches, have been answered. So again, I guess I add another thing to the list of, you know, hand tremors, slow speech, and now if you're adverse to learning anything and want to stay stuck in your little world, a myopic world where knowledge is irrelevant to you and you're content mispronouncing words over and over, and so be it. This is not the channel for you. Anyway, my question was, what was this? And to my surprise, two individuals responded, and first one was Big Guy 525, and he out of the gate was almost right on target. And I kept trying to lead him along a little bit to get to the actual answer, and it was kind of like a drag race, you know. Big Guy 525 gets the whole shot and gets to half track and lights up the tires, and Warro, W-A-R-R-O-O-1, I'm sorry if I'm butchering that, came smoking by and took it at the top end with the correct answer. This is, for all practical purposes, the beginning of the multi-tool. This is a multi-tool cleaning device for the M1 Garand. You have a brass chamber brush. You have a screwdriver. You have a gas plug adjustment and extractor tool. This item is about, well, it dates back to 1941. So this is where multi-tools came from, and this is why it's good to keep your mind open and interested. I had a couple of people say that they were interested in the answer. So those are the people that I'm interested in helping. The others that are more worried about what color they're going to put on their gun or what little knick-knack they can add or how many mags they can acquire. Like I said, this isn't the right channel. Another, and I'm going to pose this as a query because it's kind of an important one. It seems that people, even though I've put a couple of videos out on the topic, are still vastly confused on crimping, specifically with semi-auto rounds as opposed to pistol rounds in straight wall cases. So here's my question. This is actually, these are my couple of my 10 mil rounds. They average about 1350 feet per second with 200 grain bullets. If you look closely, and I'm going to see if I can do this. There is no crimp on this. Alright, I don't know if it's coming through, but there's no crimp on it. Nor is there on this one. Semi-automatic, straight wall cases, no crimp. And here is one of my 454 Casull rounds. And you can see that has a dramatic crimp, yet it's a straight wall case. This one goes close to 1,700 feet per second, and it's a 300 grain. So why would I not crimp my 10s, but I would crimp my Casul round. Some people are going to say, well, you crimp so that the bullet doesn't move back in the case. Why is that not an issue with the 10 mil, the 40, the 9, all the other semis? But it is a valid point with the Casul or other revolvers. So there's your question, and I don't know what I'll do for a giveaway. Maybe it's just be enough for some people to get the right answer, but we'll see. If you think you know why you have to pay attention to crimping on revolvers and not crimp on semis, post it below. With respect to this other query, well, 01 or however it is pronounced, you won the night sights by True Glow. You took it at the top end there. PM me and let me know your address, and I'll get these out in the mail to you. I feel bad because Big Guy 525 was really in the race. Got smoked at the top end, so I'm going to give him a consolation prize. Full-length stainless steel guide rod from Cylinder and Slide for 1911. Send me your mailing address, guys, and I'll get these out in the mail to you. Until then, I think it's time for a beer. You guys have fun. Be safe. Desert Gold out.